Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Praise the living God. My name is Kaunda Brenda, and I'm so grateful to be with you again another time to share the word of God. I am born again. I accepted the gospel of Jesus Christ, and since then, I have so much peace in my heart because I was in the world. But Jesus Christ saved and redeemed me that I can stand in front of you and teach the word of God. Surely there is nothing God cannot do. And before we waste so much time, there are so many deals God is doing with you. And sons and daughters of God, you have to shut up. Children of God, these deals you are doing with Jesus, you have to shut up. When Christ was born, before he was born, the angel came to Mary and said, Mary, Luke chapter 1, 31, you will conceive and give birth to a son, and you will call him Jesus. He will be great, and he will be called the Son of the Most High God. The Lord will give him the throne of his father David, and he will reign over Jacob's descendants forever, and his kingdom will never end. Imagine you are Mary, you are being told such a heavy message with the angel of the Lord, a messenger of the Lord. What could you have done? Such a beautiful, such a magnificent message. Will you have kept quiet if you were Mary? And in the same Luke chapter 2 verses 19, it says, Mary treasured up all these things and he pondered them in her heart. Imagine if you could be Mary carrying the Messiah, the throne of David. What could you have done? So many could have gone there. Hey, my neighbors. Hey, I'm carrying something beautiful. You see, I'm carrying the Messiah. What could have happened if you are the same person? Maybe you were talking about something in your life. Then all of a sudden, you encountered a roadblock because you never shut up. Maybe you encountered a roadblock on that project you wanted to do. I have also been in such a situation, but I came out of it, and I also want you to come out of the same situation. So we must exercise wisdom in everything that we say. There is time to talk and time to listen and time to keep quiet. You have to exercise wisdom. And again, in Matthew, when Jesus was born, the Magi visited the Messiah who was born in Bethlehem in Judea. And when the Magi asked, where is the one who had been born the King of Jews? Because we saw the star and we rose and we came to worship him. That is the Gospel of Matthew 2 from verse 1. And then when Herod heard all about this, he was threatened, he was disturbed, and so he sought to look for this Messiah who was born in Bethlehem in Judea. So he sent the Magi secretly and said, go and search for the child, and as soon as you find him, report to me so that I may go and worship him. So you can see how these people are cunning. He appears like he also wants to go and worship him. But in the real sense, he wants to kill the Messiah. He has seen that idea, that project from infancy. So he wants to uproot. You know, it's much easier to uproot a tree when it is still not grounded. The roots are not yet grounded in the soil. But if the tree is so big, uprooting it It's not easy. So the only way they want is to uproot you while you are still at your infancy stage. But the angel of the Lord warned them in a dream not to go back to Herod, and they returned to their country via another route. So Joseph and Mary had to flee that night because Herod wanted to kill the Messiah. Now you see that situation. They are escaping in the middle of the night with the Messiah, Mary, Joseph, and Jesus. But you there, you see danger coming. You think you have God. You think you go to church. You see danger, but yet you don't want to go to step aside from that situation. You see a threat coming in. You just want to say, my God will save me. If this is the Messiah being taken in the middle of the night by his parents, go and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you. You know, some people, let me use an example of brothers. Most of the time it lies in that manner. One wanted to kill another one because of a piece of land. Were you born with that land on your back? And when you depart on this earth, do you depart with the same land on your back? If the situation tells you to move, move. Ondokea kisirani, just go. Potea. Even Jesus, the Messiah, don't wait for tomorrow. Potea. Herod never died in the times of Jesus. Even today, we have Herods. They want to uproot you at your infancy stage. That spirit is on men today. And God is omnipresent. God is all-knowing. He knows everything under the sea, up the mountain, in the valleys, even in the kingdoms and territories of the rulers of darkness. The Spirit of God is everywhere. So God is omnipresent and all-knowing. But in this situation, you can see very well, Herod cannot know where this Messiah has been born. He has to look for people to assist him. Please go and look for this Messiah so that I may come and worship him. So the enemy, who is Satan, he doesn't know a lot of things. He has to have agents on the ground to assist him for them to get this information, and from your mouth, not from them. Satan cannot work without his agents. If you rid him of his agents, he's limitless. He cannot move. He has to move with people working for him. And these people are the same people you beat stories every day, like as if it's stories, and they're picking your mouth. You even don't know what you're talking and what you're not talking. He cannot be everywhere at the same time. Satan cannot be everywhere at the same time. That is why he's seeking to look for that Messiah. He is not even sure. They have to kill so many children that night. He is not even sure which child is the Messiah. And in Job chapter 1 verses Job 1:5, Satan was roaming the earth, meaning he's not everywhere. His vicinity is not just everywhere. He's trying to roam and see. You see, that is the main point I'm talking about, keeping quiet. And if you keep your mouth shut, you will not limit yourself into doing so many things. Another instance, Jesus asked his disciples, who do they say I am? And Peter answered, you are the Messiah, you are God's Messiah. And Jesus warned them, do not tell this to anyone, because it was not yet time for him to reveal. Some people call it Messianic secrecy. It was not yet time to reveal himself to men. And that's why he told the disciples and he warned them, do not tell anyone who I am. And in Micah chapter 7 verse 5, also it relates to this topic. It says, do not trust a neighbor. Put no confidence in a friend. Even with the woman who lies in your embrace, guard the words of your lips. And when this verse goes, I just think about Samson. Samson had a wife, Delilah. And when Samson opened his mouth to say where his strength comes from, that was the beginning of his problems. He was captured. You cannot risk to live a careless life. You cannot talk anyhowly. You must exercise wisdom in everything you say. If you do not guide your lips, Delilah will be at your doorstep. Maybe Delilah, she is your wife. Maybe it is your husband who cannot guide his mouth. Maybe it is your sister. What could have happened? Have you ever lost any project or anything or any idea just because of telling it to someone? And the less the enemy knows about you, the less the enemy knows about you, the less he interferes with the project. The more he knows about it, the more he interferes with the problem, with the situation or the project. There's another beautiful story. My maternal grandmother was saved, and she used to tell his grandchildren about a certain story. For now, it can seem like a normal story, but it has some relevance according to this topic of today. There was a man and his wife and his children. They went to the forest one day, and then darkness came before they were out of that place. So these people, this family, went and hid. They went and hid inside the house they saw in the forest. And when they hid there, they didn't know this house, it was a house of giants. So when at night came, the giants came, and they came while they were singing, and they were making, their feet was like thunders. They were walking, singing. So these people were shocked. We are in the territories of giants. So when these giants came, they saw these people and they welcomed them so that they could feed on them. They welcomed them and told the woman, now because you are in our house, we shall be eating you people every day, one by one. Sometimes if I tell this story using English, it will not sound well. So let me just switch to the language most of you can understand. So, hawa watu, hawa majitu wakaambia huyu mwanamke, tutakuwa tunawala kila siku moja moja. Huyu mama sababu alikuwa na hekima na mzee wake hakukuwa na hekima, huyu mama akafikiria sana. Akaenda akachimba shimo kubwa sana uko nje, kubwa zaidi ya kuficha hao watoto wake. Na haa jitu wakamwambia kila siku tunamla mtu mmoja mmoja. Sasa akaanza na watoto. Majitu wakienda kufanya kazi mchana, huyu mama angechukua maviraka, mavitu wamerokota, anazieka zote ndani ya pot. Anaanza kuzipika. Sasa haya majitu yakija jioni, wanauliza huyu mama, wapi chakula? Then huyu mama angepeana hiyo pot na hao majitu wangekula wakisema, tumemla mtoto moja. And huyu mwanamke hangeambia bwana yake what was happening, because this man had a loose mouth. Angesema hizi siri zao mapema. Sasa huyu mama akanyamazia na akatumia hekima. Siku ya pili akarudia vile vile, akapika vitu zake, akadanganya huyu ni mtoto wa pili, na kila mara akifanya hivyo anaenda anaficha huyo mtoto kwa shimo. Mwishowe akafika mahali, ikafika zamu yake, wamebaki yeye na mume wake. Huyu jitu akasema tena, leo tukikuja tupate mlo. Ndo huyu mama akapika, akaenda akajificha kwa hiyo shimo. Sasa wamejificha hadi na watoto. Kujificha pale ndani, jitu zikakuja zikapata pot hapo, zikalamba, zikafurahi, zikiimba. Mambo ikakuwa imeisha. Kesho yake ikakuwa zamu ya baba. Kufika zamu ya baba, watoto pale kwa shimo wakaogopa, wakaambia mama, enda saidia baba, atakulwa. Naye mama ni nani? Akaenda tena akafanya hiyo ujanja, akaeka vitu kwa pot, zikaiva. Ndio hiyo jitu wakakuja wakachukua baba, wakaenda wakamficha kwa shimo. Sasa jitu kukuja, walijua anakula mtu wa mwisho, baba yao. Kukula huyo baba, wakidhani ni baba, wakafurahi sana, wakaanza kucheza wakisema, tumewala familia yote. Maybe one day I can sing this song in Luya. Maybe you can understand it so well. In Kiswahili it won't translate very well. So our majitu wakaanza kuimba wimbo. This man was called Khatambi. When they were singing this song, tumekula Khatambi na watoto wake na mke yake wote, tumemaliza Khatambi. Na hiyo wimbo walikuwa wanacheza ngoma. Sasa the more anaimba hiyo wimbo wakisema tumekula Khatambi na familia yake, Khatambi alitokea kwa shimo, akaenda kudansi ngoma. Ikabidi amefichwa siri ya watoto wake mali wako. Sasa huyu mwanaume badala atumie akili, ameuza familia yake yote. Majitu wakashtuka, haya Khatambi ndio huyo anacheza ngoma. Twende tukawale. Walikula hiyo familia yote, na nyanya yangu akaniambia hadithi imeishia hapo. But mi hadithi haikuishia hapo. After I get saved, now I come to realize, my maternal grandmother passed away. But this story now, it's now coming to reflect with the topic. Look, this man never guided his mouth. He made his whole family to be eaten and swallowed because hatumii akili. He doesn't use his brain. He's so quick to do things. Even that, he doesn't exercise wisdom. And sometimes maybe you are a woman, you are so secretive doing your things. Or maybe you are a man, but your other partner is out there. You want to do this. And in fact, he goes to the territory of those witch doctors and those witches. He doesn't know they are witches. Then he goes broadcasting this and this. Then all of a sudden, that money, he wanted to do a project with it. Wamemsukumia ugonjwa kwa mtoto. Now they have to use all that money to treat now an illness. Now that project has to come to a halt, to a stop. You have to have wisdom and exercise where to talk, where not to talk, how to be secretive and when to come out. Don't be like Khatambi. Khatambi was a foolish man. If he was so wise, the family could not have been eaten. Now he made even that innocent mama and the children all to be swallowed. Can you be Khatambi? Khatambi, you are start dancing. Khatambi. You just want to start dancing. And you're in the territories of people, of Herods, who want that secret, who wants to know much about the Messiah. Now you are coming out dancing. Messiah is born, Messiah is born, Messiah is born. Here, you see? Imagine if Mary she came out dancing. We could not be having Messiah today. So there's so many deals God is doing with you. And I'll still remind you more and more. You have to shut up. And if you shut up like the whole family. One of you cannot be Khatambi. Your wife cannot be Khatambi. Talking. Your husband cannot be Khatambi. I'm not just saying husbands only. Maybe the husband is the secretive one. The wife cannot guide his lips according to Micah 7:5. Thank you so much and be blessed. Like this video, share with others. Let's learn the word of God together. Thank you so much.